The Center for Art in Wood was originally founded in 1986 as the Wood Turning Center by a trio of woodturners who were active in building a community around the emerging art of wood turning in the United States. Wood turning is an ancient, more artisanal and industrial form that resulted in the creation of furniture pieces and tools, tool handles, but only in the mid-20th century did it start to emerge as a form of expression or as a sculptural practice. And around that kind of zeitgeist is where the center became formed. We are sitting in Old City, which is the site of some 350 years of furniture making. Certainly Philadelphia was a leading city in early American furniture production. So it's a huge honor to be here located 350 years later in the 21st century and to be advocating for art in wood amidst this historical backdrop. When the Center for Art in Wood moved to its current location, the expanded space offered the opportunity for the center to make its collection visibly available to the public and accessible to visitors here at the center. So what you see up there when you visit the collection is primarily our different interpretations of wood turning as a process and what it offers the artist. But you will also see in the last decade represented works that show interpretive processes of steam bending as a technique, or make use of creative salvage, which is the practice of sourcing your material from the street or from debris. Another form of practice is marquetry, and how that can be creatively applied to studio furniture that is irreverent and kind of mocks itself as a practice. You see a diverse range of practices and processes up there. Near the collection, we have a library as well as an archive that's constantly maintained on artists in the field. In the center's store, we offer a range of handmade works. Many of them are by local or regional makers. Anything from household objects and cooking implements to furniture that's been made by local makers. We have monthly craft opportunities and date nights and performances and readings. So the center is really a place for meeting and community engagement, as well as a place of learning. The Wingate Artist Residency Program has been organized by the center for 25 years now. What it is an international selection of artists who come together for 2 months in Philadelphia. They are hosted by our partners, the University of the Arts, and that's where they reside, and that's also where they work. Once the residency concludes, we open an exhibition that shows work by the artists who are participating on the residency. Our most recent visual documentarian was actually a sketch artist. So they brought a new kind of way of looking at the role of documentarian and what that might look like. It's an exhibition that is anticipated by our community. People look forward to it and are always excited by the surprises that it offers. 2019 to 2020 marks 100 years since the passing of the 19th Amendment, which protects the rights of women in this country to vote. I saw this as an opportunity to look at the ways the field of art and wood has or hasn't supported women's voices. In response to that, I've dedicated a year of programming that aligns with the course of the passage of the 19th Amendment from June 1919, when it was passed in Congress, through August 1920, when it was ratified as part of the Constitution. We launched this program in the fall of 2019 with an exhibition titled Making a Seat at the Table, Women Transform Woodworking, which features the work of 43 makers and sculptors who use woodworking methods and furniture techniques to make furniture objects. It is the largest exhibition of its kind, and it involves work from women all across North America, including Canada and Mexico. Directly following Making a Seat at the Table will be an exhibition of work by Humaira Abid, who is a Seattle-based but Pakistani-born and trained artist, focusing on the plight of women and girls in the international refugee crisis. Humaira's work is deeply beautiful. and that is the way that she pulls you into this difficult conversation. She was trained in miniature painting in the Mughal tradition. At the same time, she studied wood carving and wood sculpture, and somehow she's able to uniquely merge these traditions together in her work. I think we generally tend to approach the refugee crisis in terms of numbers, but what Humaira's work uniquely does is forces us to look at the individuals and the cost of this worldwide crisis from the point of view of the people who are experiencing it, most particularly women and girls who face unique challenges in these conditions. I have a background as a museum curator focused on design and contemporary craft, but I wouldn't be here if I didn't think that wood offered a breadth of conversations and opportunities. Wood itself is an extremely generous material. It allows us to look at time. The tree tells you everything that it has experienced in its life, in its very cells. And I think there's a lot there for artists to unpack. So in the course of this year, the Center for Art in Wood will be looking at the contributions of women to art in wood and highlighting their voices and the ways that they're using and developing wood as a form of artistic practice.